Hello, Uganda. My name is Martha Lea Nangalama. I'm talking to you from Canada. I wanted to give you a special message for the new year coming up. So, Happy New Year. I know for a fact that Christmas was not easy, and it should not have been easy. If you enjoyed it, then you're a fluke. I come from Bududa. I can show you where my ancestors are buried. Unlike some people who claim that they're from Uganda and they cannot trace the graves of their grandfathers. Anyway, I'm the real thing. Most of you know me on social media, but let me just cut down to the chase. The reason why I'm recording this message for you is that you must not take anything for granted. We have hundreds of families in Kasese who are mourning, who cannot trace their loved ones, who are massacred by the regime that some of you support. And they were buried in mass graves, and they cannot retrieve anyone. And if they go to the police to say they're missing a relative, they get arrested, or they get asked for 300,000 shillings, so 1 million, to not be arrested. You people are joking. Like, there's no way you're going to take Museveni out of power if you think that money can buy your voice. Money can never buy my voice, and you all know it. Anyway, now flipping to the new year, we have a lot of work to do. I think that all of us have to realize that there is no way Museveni is going to leave Uganda. The only way we're going to do this is to bleed the economy. It's going to be very painful, but we must stop shopping. We must stop, Sijui, you call it mobile money and all those things, because every penny you inject into the economy supports the regime. We also have to appeal to donors so that the donors know that every penny they send helps Museveni to kill our people. I was not in Gulu when people were being killed. I hear that millions died naturally, and I hear that people were put in camps and they were raped and they were starved and they had no medical care and they died. But I was not in Uganda at that time. Then I heard some really ridiculous things that I think it was Teso, they grouped up these young men and they put them in a train wagon, Mukura, and then they doused it with petrol fuel, and then they set it on fire, and apparently people died because they were burned alive. And I remember that particular year I had flown home and I was in Mbale because one of our sisters was in an accident. And then when they said the train pulled up with dead bodies, my older sister immediately grabbed my hand and took me out because I get really bad nightmares. So it was only many years later that I learned that people had been burned. But can you imagine if I'd learned at that time? I would probably have walked down naked to Parliament Street and State House and protested why they burned our people alive. Then I hear that they recruited some young people from Teso and Bugiso, and they took them to Katanga when Museveni and his team invaded DRC to plunder for minerals. And apparently we've never received those people back. The number I heard was something like 500 to 700 thousands. Well, 500 to 700 people. But apparently Mukula was one of them. And this guy that just died, I think his name is Kigundu. The one that was, the one that's married to the witch, where the witch was screaming, anyway, apparently he was one of the recruiters. Then the other thing is, finally, when it hit me in my face, they were killing Muslims. And apparently they've killed 16 Muslims, clerics, and they laid siege to a mosque in Nakasero, and apparently yesterday another mosque. But I don't have all the details. You Ugandans have all the details because I'm so far away. But then the other thing that really made me angry is that they put a gag order on the media in Uganda, so the media cannot talk. So we have so many Ugandans complaining that the media is not talking about the problems. But what they forget is the media was told, if you talk, we shall shut you down, we shall arrest the editors. So even our media is living in fear. Then, of course, you've got the people on social media, like, the famous ones, the ones that get arrested. I'm not one of them. Nobody arrests me because, in any case, Uganda Airlines does not fly to Canada. So, social media is talking. And the people who've got phones, wherever they are, they have to give us the stories. Because, when you're not arrested, like in Uganda, you have the voice to tell the world what's going on in Uganda. And today I heard that, something really stupid that someone hacked into the Ministry of Finance and they stole a lot of money because Uganda is really broke. And my first reaction was, but why don't you just print money? I mean, Nasero Road has got wonderful printers, and even Republic Street in Bali has really great printers. Just print the money and get over with this thing of begging for dollars. You see? So I wish you a wonderful Happy New Year. And by the way, just keep in mind, your silence is consent. Never praise your oppressors. Never make excuses for your killers. And never forgive thieving. You have forgiven too many people that have stolen every dollar that's donated to Uganda. That such, even the donors, they don't want to give you any money anymore because they know you do not receive it. You see? I'm from Bugisu, from Bududa. Come find me. Happy New Year.